There was some dark times in Dominion history. Priscilla's blessing Shaco and Rammus, Boots mobility. Oh dear. But those times are gone, and we're here for Dominate Dominion number 13, powered by Cybersports Network, and we're going into the round of 4 right now. We have DeathToLlamas versus Mini-Ritz Sandwiches. DeathToLlamas on the top half of the loading screen. We have Volandum playing as Kassadin. Sacchin? I'm going with Sacchin. Sacchin as Kog'Maw, stormfallen as Lulu, Ragnaarock as Jarvan IV, and Take Your Pill as Gragas. I am Gandair of Vato Clan, and casting with me is
Chobra here, and we're going to take a look at the red team, which are the Mini-Ritz Sandwiches. We have chesuschrist on Shen, Valzek on Riven, Xerox on Amumu, T-Tiger on Poppy, and It's a Jackal on Ezreal.
Keep talking, my league. Oh, it broke my fraps for a second. The game didn't start, so it didn't miss anything. So, okay, back to standard. Sorry for interrupting you there.
No problem. Yeah, I mean, Gragas with a Catalyst. Catalyst is pretty much the best sustain item. In Summoner's Rift, they say it's the best laning item because it's sustain, especially if you can build it into something that's useful for you later. Even here, if you're going bot lane, you want to just stay there as long as possible. Push, you know, just pressure. And Gragas already has innate sustain through that Drunken Rage and Happy Hour. On top of that, with the Catalyst, every time he levels, which he's going to be doing fairly quickly here in the Crystal Scar, we'll see how advantageous that is. He's going to be going up against Riven here in the bot lane. Meanwhile, the other teammates all going to top. Lulu going to be the first one to reach the windmill and going to just put a little bit of poke out to delay the red team.
Yep, both of them just kind of looking for a position right now, waiting for their teammates to catch up to them. Volandum and chesuschrist being the last ones in the fight. Now we got the little click war going back and forth until someone decides to stick their head out there. J4 with a little bit of a stab. Amumu going for that bandage toss. I don't know if I liked that. That would have been scary. If he dives in there at the wrong moment. Gets blown up by the enemy team. DTL getting a little bit of a channel off there. Squirrel Shen is best Shen. And it looks like they are slowly wearing down Mini-Ritz Sandwiches here. Cheese taking some damage there. And Volandum going down first. Cheese is going to be the next one to go down. They got Exhaust off on Ezreal there. And Sacchin going to be backing on out of there. T-Tiger really low on hit points is going to fall also. We see Kassadin with that revive already heading back up into the fight here. Kathian surprise. Whoa, sandwiching Jackal for half of his health right there. That was brutal. Xerox taking a lot of damage there. And J4 going in for Ezreal. And it looks like DeathToLlamas is going to get control of this if they can just keep Poppy away.
Yep, the capture will go down onto Windmill. Xerox is running fairly low, so can't really help out T-Tiger here. It goes in for the bandage toss snipe, but will get taken down by the tower. Kill credit going to Volandum on Kassadin, and Jackal is back now, trying to just poke down, waiting for Shen to come up. chesuschrist is making his way up, did not use Revive, and is first of all just going to clear out this minion wave. They want to make sure they have some momentum. They're going to take some time to regroup rather than diving into the tower right away, which I think is a fairly good idea. I mean, Shen didn't use Revive. They weren't able to really keep up the fight just in the air. Blue had time to really reset. They had time to regroup, but Jarvan's actually going to jump right on over along with Kassadin. They put out a ton of damage onto Jackal, and there is the Cataclysm going right down. That was a really, really well set of Cataclysm right at the entrance of that pathway, eliminating any chance of Mini-Ritz Sandwiches coming in to assist Ezreal's escape. Ezreal goes down immediately. A Garrison had to be popped though because the minions, as we mentioned, were able to push down onto this windmill, and they help a lot when trying to neutralize or capture a tower. So now it's just Sacchin and Stormfallen here defending against 3 of the members of Mini-Ritz Sandwiches.
Yeah, using that Garrison to heal the turret there, as it were, a little bit. In sort of the weird sense that it sort of has health by the amount of capture that it has on it, and Volandum hanging out back there. Looks like he's saving up for saving that force push there, getting it built up off those you know, spell usages down at the bottom here. We got Valzek and Take Your Pill exchanging some hits. Looks like Gragas has the better end of the deal right now, although he is pushed back up pretty far against his tower. Up at the top, Cog is throwing some shots out up there, and Xerox goes in, but takes a lot of damage in the process, gets taken down right there, and they're going to go for It's a Jackal, but It's Jackal's going to go ahead and blink on out of there. T-Tiger low on health once again. He's going to hang out outside the fight. Cheese is coming in with that ult earlier there, and we've got the devastating blow, and Diplomatic Immunity not quite able to save Poppy there as she falls. And really low on health. We just need one good shot from Ezreal to get some damage in there. And it looks like that Stormfallen might have this. No, not quite.
Stormfallen goes down. A really good job by Sacchin using that Kythian Surprise to blow out the minion wave rather than going for Jackal. Jackal would not have died to that true damage, so opting to just clear the minion wave to give Stormfallen a little bit more breathing room. However, in the end, Mini-Ritz Sandwich were able to take the windmill back for their favor, and they're going to now turn the momentum around. They have Amumu and Shen sitting at full health up at the windmill. Ezreal had some time to go back and heal, and also Shop now has that Phage. However, there's a good change of focus down here onto the Boneyard. Really great Cataclysm, allowing Kog'Maw to fight from outside the wall, putting out a ton of damage. They're going to get this neutralized fairly quickly, and this is the objective. So that was a really quick change of pace, but no, the neutralize goes down, but not the capture, so the objective is still available. Valzek trying to defend against these 4 people with the assistance of TT Eiger, and it's the Jackal. TT Eiger puts out some good damage onto Stormfallen while Jackal is putting out good kiting damage, but Jarvan will go down and immediately afterwards follows Poppy, and this will be a cap. No, it's going to be disrupted, and there's a snipe down onto Poppy with that true shot barrage, but this will still go in favor of DeathToLlamas as they get this objective, and they now have that damage buff for a little bit. And so Mini-Ritz Sandwiches takes that chance to pressure down the refinery here. They do have Volandum on lockdown, but can he blink out? He is going to blink out onto the summoner platform. So Amumu and Shen will continue channeling, hopefully get this capture to remain on that 3-cap advantage.
There is no one at the windmill right now, though, and Ragnaarock sees that and is heading straight up there towards the top. He can probably get that neutral before anyone else shows up. Ezreal's ult is off, or is on cooldown, excuse me. He used it down there at the bottom of the bottom engagement, so he's not going to be able to interrupt that from a distance, and he misses with the skill shot there, and Ragnaarock immediately jumps onto him, does a bunch of damage. Volandum coming up from behind. Things do not look good for It's a Jackal up top here. Shen doing a good job of defending the refinery, and on the opposite end of the map, at the Boneyard, we have Take Your Pill and Sacchin trying to defend that one.
Amumu also going to go down, try to help out Ezreal, but was just a step too late, and that made it another 2v1 against Mini-Ritz Sandwiches here, and not looking too good here at the Boneyard either. DeathToLlamas doing a really good job of defending that tower. They had, of course, the tower advantage. They fought out 2v2, won it fair and square. Meanwhile, chesuschrist goes down against Volandum and Stormfallen. They will be able to retake the refinery in their favor. Just Volandum clearing out some of those minions to assist with the speed of that capture. Going to return to base, and they now have a 4-cap. DeathToLlamas leading quite handily in the first portion of this game.
Yeah, Take Your Pill defending 1v2 down here at the bottom. I don't know how long he's going to be able to delay that, or if he's going to want to back on out of there. It looks like he's definitely going for the delay for as long as he can to try and get those extra points on the board by holding that 4th point. He does go down, however, probably a couple of extra seconds for his team, though. TT Eiger coming up to the top at the entirety, maybe not the entirety, but a lot of DeathToLlamas is coming in right behind there, and TT Eiger is slowed and tries to go in for Stormfallen to get that damage off before getting killed. Is able to do some, but did my thing freeze?
I may have, because Volandum is now setting up with that Storm Shield here at bottom, but it is a fair 2v2. Valzek also here with Xerox. Great attempt with the explosive cast to try to zone out the fight, but both of them getting pushed slightly away. There's a great Curse of the Sad Mummy. Volandum is exhausted, so not able to put out the full damage output, but Valzek is ignited. Here comes this to Jackal, and a great ultimate from Lulu, keeping Volandum alive. Volandum comes back into the fight as they take out Valzek. It's now a 3v2. Kassadin does get taken down, and here comes the Stand United from Shen. It's a Jackal, blinks in to get a good Shadow Dash onto Gragas. Good setup by Jackal as chesuschrist comes in with that ultimate, able to set up for a perfect dash for that taunt, and they will be able to neutralize and possibly capture the quarry here in the bottom left.
No one coming back to life anytime soon. They are going to definitely get the capture on that. That's the biggest Kassadin I've ever seen in my life, right there with the Storm Shield and the Lulu ultimate. It's Jackal's low on hit points, and he's going to immediately go into the shadows. where he can't be so easily targeted. Over the top, we have TTL pushing that creep wave up on Ragnaarock, and it looks like Xerok is heading on to the upper part of the map as well. Missed with the banish toss, unfortunately, but they're going to go ahead and they're going to dive right onto that point there. Exhaust goes off on TTL. J4 with the Cataclysm right there to keep Amumu out of that fight, and the Diplomatic Immunity goes down, and Ragnaarock narrowly not able to get that, but Lulu's probably going to pick up the double here. Maybe? Are we going to see a Lulu double kill? Stormfallen chasing TTL into the jungle here, and TTL is able to escape. Glitterlance maybe not quite as strong as advertised. Bottom of the map, however, Valzek and chesuschrist really cleaning things up down here. Now unloading on Take Your Pill at the bottom as chesus begins a capture on that tower there, which forces Gragas to ignore Riven and come up to interrupt him from that. And he is going to get chased back to the summoner platform. That's one way to sort of soft taunt people away from your allies, is by beginning a cap on something. Forces them to turn around. Good play there by chesus, getting Gragas to turn his attention away. Allowing Riven to get in a lot of extra free hits as he moved. But now the entirety of DeathToLlamas is back alive, and they are making a play for that bottom point. The Garrison goes down off on it right there. chesus tries to take some of that damage away, but was really low on health when that started, and Valzek is living for a little while, and still living, and finally going down. Ragnaarock low on hit points. It's Jackal is able to take him out. He's going to throw down the ultimate right there to interrupt Gragas. Going in for Kassadin, but he's not going to get him. They are going to get that bottom point back. At the top, however, Xerok is like, I'm a mummy, I got this. Him and the creeps are rolling up on the windmill, and even though they did get that bottom point, by committing 4 people to it fully, there was no one up at the top to back it up, which enabled Mini Ritz to get that point.
However, now it's just chesuschrist left here against 3 people. We do have T-Tiger and Valzek showing up, so now it's a 3v3. T-Tiger with an excellent heroic charge gets the stun onto Sacchin, and Volandum is going to blink right out. The Valzek is still committing to the fight. No one has captured the Boneyard just yet. It's still on neutral. A good win slash will pick off the kill onto Kog'Maw. Meanwhile, T-Tiger going down onto Kassadin, being played by Volandum. Volandum goes down. Take Your Pill is the only one left now for DeathToLlamas. Valzek, oh, great explosive cask, knocking out all 3 people and interrupting that capture. Poppy is back on the point, but Shen is there to help out if Volandum goes. No, Volandum is still focused on the rest of the fight, and there's a good standing unit keeping Jackal alive for the rest of the duration of that engagement. Volandum still looking for just a chance to interrupt and pick off this kill, but an excellent Shadow Dash as he blinks over, and that's going to be a kill down onto Kassadin. Meanwhile, Poppy has had the channel for the entire time. Quarry goes back in favor of Mini Ritz. Sanders' Boneyard is still on neutral, though no one has focused it, while Lulu, being played by Stormfallen, is now going to go for the objective point, not contested by anyone. Closest one is Ezreal, now back at base.
Ezreal firing off that true shot barrage to interrupt that. He is going to get there in time to stop it. However, Ragnaarock goes for chesuschrist down over at the Boneyard and over at the Quarry, held by Mini Ritz right now. They are defending against Take Your Pill and Sacchin over there. Valzek getting an exhaust off on... Someone got exhausted. I couldn't see if it was Gragas or if it was Poppy there. Valzek really low on hit points. Sacchin just needs one really good barrage to make things happen there, and with the little riff and hop there, over... Get out of there, can't get surprised, TTL! No, that fish is going to explode! Sorry, Poppy. You are going to go down. Leaves the point neutral. No one owns it right now. It's like a mortgage property monopoly. It's just sitting there, not really doing anything. chesuschrist and It's a Jackal going to get the Boneyard back, and now it's 2 caps to 2 caps as Ragnaarock's J4 goes down for the Quarry.
Quarry now going to be channeled. chesuschrist will get there in time, gets the good taunt, but the combo goes through because of the cast time, and Jackal now exhausted, getting completely zoned away by this Jarvan. Gragas, meanwhile, starts to channel and is now going to help with the rest of the fight. Noah is going to turn right back around, but Shen is keeping his eye on Jarvan. Goes down. It's a 2v1. Jackal fairly low, though. Can't commit to a fight right now. There's the body slam. Riven comes in with a good key strike. Is going to save. It's a Jackal, but explosive cast will pick off that snipe kill. chesuschrist, meanwhile, is taking a ton of damage from Sacchin on Kog'Maw. chesuschrist is forced to run away as Valzek is the only one left enabled or allowed to commit because of the health. And Take Your Pill and Sacchin now going to turn right back around, continuing the channel and then turning back on the fight. Great just timing of their channel back into fight engagement. They really are estimating their timing quite well. Valzek still picks up the kill. However, Sacchin will be able to hold this off long enough, waiting for Ragnaarock to come so they can finish off this fight and pick off this point. Jesus Christ returning, but with not much health. Great Cataclysm captures both of them. Jesus Christ will go down to Sacchin. Valzek takes a ton of damage from Jarvan. The Hex Drinker's shield comes up, but that's going to be a kill to Ragnaarock, and they will be able to recapture this quarry. And DeathToLlamas now back ahead with that.
The 5 points on the map are owned by people. Once again, there are no neutral points any longer. They've all been recovered. Volandum going for that Storm Shield in the middle of the map. So we're going to have Big Bad Kassadin on the scene once again. Up at the top of the map, TTL-Yorick and Stormfallen have a little bit of an engagement up there. It's a Jackal with the aggressive Arcane Shift. Goes straight up for him, really unloading on him, but Volandum is right behind. Coming into that fight, and Shen with the Stand United is going to come in, get a taunt off on Volandum there. It's Jackal taking a shot and then backing off. TTL getting interrupted by Sacchin there, and Jackal trying to hang out in the back, get those shots off like I was talking about earlier on the cast, but it looks like it's not quite going to be enough there. He is able to get backed out away from the fight, saving himself for the moment, but he's really not able to deploy any damage in the position that he's in right now. He's looking for spots to throw down, but with Ragnaarock being able to dash in like that, and he's slowly getting away there. You got it was either a Randuin's or an Odin's that went down. Couldn't quite see which it was. That was a Randuin's by Shen. And things mellowing out just a little bit for a moment here over at the drill. At the bottom, however, we have Xerac and Valzek trying to reclaim that point once again, but Take Your Pill and Volandum are able to defend it. Take Your Pill doing a really good job down in the bottom lane all this game, been active defending that. And Volandum with Kassadin be able to swing down there really at any moment with that Rift Walk and just the high mobility that he does coming down there to help bail him out.
Yep, so now the action has kind of lulled for a little bit. The objectives are now on the windmill and the drill, so those are going to be 2 points of priority for both teams. Volandum catches T-Tiger, puts out a lot of damage, is just going to back right out. Kassadin doesn't need to commit, can just kite in and out freely when putting out damage. Jesus Christ, meanwhile, has been putting out a lot of work onto these minions just to clear off the wave and get some momentum going up to the drill, but that means that he hasn't had time to go back to base, so Jesus Christ now sitting pretty low, dodge, oh no, gets hit by the Force Plus, doesn't take too much damage from Kassadin just yet, but Kog'Maw is going to be able to rip into shreds, especially with the Bio-Arcane Barrage. Ezreal is now here. It is a 4v3. Bandage Shots goes in, however, Volandum is blinked out of range, but that's a good heroic charge from Poppy, just shutting down that Kassadin, locked him down with that CC. Shadow Dash follows afterwards. Good living artillery, going to delay the cap for just a little bit longer, but Xerac is on the point, and this objective will go in favor to MINI-Sandwich if Jesus Christ can keep the enemy zoned out for just a little bit longer. Poppy's continuing channel gets interrupted once again by really good living artillery. Kog'Maw is doing everything he can in his power. Shadow Dash is going to miss. That's a lot of damage going on to Jesus Christ, and there's a good Cataclysm breaking off the fight. Ezreal gets completely zoned. This fight has turned around instantly as Xerac has stayed behind to capture the point. So while the objective goes to MINI-Sandwiches, it was a cost of 2 lives and 2 damage dealers, as a matter of fact. And what Xerac cannot defend against this point, Sacchin putting out too much health percentage damage, and Xerac goes in for the Curse of Sad Mummy to delay it just a little bit longer to hold that 3 cap. But will it be enough? Shen is running up here, but Volandum is going to slow him and block him with his model, as a matter of fact, to delay him even longer. The neutral is going to go down immediately, and Shen is not going to be able to commit. The capture goes down in favor of DeathToLlamas.
Really sweeping that. J4 helping out up at the top there, coming in towards the what looked to be the end of that fight and really helping them secure a victory up there. And looks like we have, it's a Jackal coming down here to the bottom as Valzek engages Take Your Pill beneath the turret. Jackal begins the cap in order to try and get it neutral and is not quite able to do so. Just barely kicks it over with the help of minions. Take Your Pill goes down. Volandum shows up at the bottom to help defend that point. However, with no defensive advantage, he is going to get taken out. Ragnaarock shows up to drop Riven, and now Take Your Pill back on the field. It's a Jackal, needs a good arcane shift, but was not able to get one off before he died. Top of the map, however, Sacchin getting chased back away from that point as Stormfallen sits on the tower to try and defend it. Sacchin poking out from the back there, weakening people before actually going in. He goes for Amumu, gets him right away. TTL is going to be the next one to fall. Is this going to be a triple kill for Kog'Maw? No, it is not, unfortunately. J4 does pick up that kill. Killing blows matter a little bit less in Dominion than they do in other game modes, thankfully, so no significant loss there. Xerac heading down towards the bottom of the map. Looks like he's going to go for a gank in on Take Your Pill. And it's a Jackal hanging out in the middle of the map, going over to defend the drill right now.
Yeah, DTL-Llamas has just had a huge advantage in their pressure. They've been able to keep up pressure onto the drill and onto the boneyard most of the match. Of course, there was a time when the quarry was a little bit under pressure, and so same thing with refinery, but those were worthy trades in favor of DTL-Llamas. While they have been down on the 3 cap for a little bit, there's another fight going down here on bottom. Here comes the Stand United to just change it to a 3v2, and T-Tiger on the way. It's going to be a 4v3 as Ragnaarock shows up. T-Tiger goes right on in onto Take Your Pill. The barrel will not hit Amumu, but T-Tiger now taking too much damage as focused by the tower and all 3 enemy members. Ragnaarock, or Volandum, actually going to go down first thing. Ragnaarock is still alive. Actually, the only remaining member is going to get really good disruption onto the enemy team channels. All 3 enemies are pretty low, so they can't commit fully onto a fight. They're just trying to kite in back and forth. It's going to continue. Now, it picks off the kill onto Yorick as he continues disrupting that channel. T-Tiger really low right now. Jesus Christ is going to be the next target and going to duel that out while his shield is active, but T-Tiger gets the last hit, is going to be alive with 100 health, may get the neutralize, but needs to watch out as Gragas comes down from the platform. So does Volandum. Volandum has that blink. T-Tiger needs to run out of there. It is going to be an instant kill. Gets the neutralize though.
There is no escaping from a Kassadin once he's that close to you. He will just rift walk you and rift walk you and rift walk you. You can arcane shift and you can flash, but he can rift walk 3 times when you can only blink twice. And Poppy, with neither one of those, that was at least got the neutral off down at the bottom, thankfully. Froze the clock for well, slowed the clock for a little bit since they had possession of the drill right then. But J4, excellent play all game long from Ragnaarock, really doing some serious work for the team there. It's a Jackal going up for Sacchin right away, knowing how dangerous Kog'Maw is, but getting blown up at the top there, unfortunately. And now we got a 4v3 breaking out up at the top here. Sacchin's got Lulu's ultimate on his side, and Riven gets erased right there, unfortunately. And T-Tiger now is going to be the last person standing up at the top. We have the diplomatic immunity down, trying to make a play for this tower. Will not take that much to neutral it, but T-Tiger is going to go down, and the clock is going to stop. As the game ends, DeathToLlamas with 261 Nexus health to 0 of Mini Ritz. And DeathToLlamas goes on to the finals. DeathToLlamas. This is the first finals for DeathToLlamas. Holy crap! They have had 5 placed finishes in their history competing in Dominion events, and now they're going on to the finals for the first time. They are going to walk away with no less than 2nd place.